Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while since OnePlus launched a watch and they're back at it with the OnePlus Watch 2. Now, it's not only a successor in terms of the design, but it's also a successor in terms of some of the features that they add, and the 2 number also comes in handy in this watch because not only is there the second version, but it also has a bunch of duals of everything, and we'll get into that in just a second. So let's quickly check out the watch. Now, the unboxing experience is fairly simplistic. You get the watch in the box and you get a charging cable along with some documentation. This watch is available in 2 colors. You get a black steel and a silver color, which is more like a bare steel, and this is made out of stainless steel, and you do get rubber straps, and the entire weight of the watch is about 80 grams with the strap, and if you remove the strap it's about 50 grams. The straps are easily swappable and you can switch it out with a different material, and I'm sure third-party straps will be available if this watch does become successful, which I have a little bit of a hint that it might. Now, this is primarily focused towards Android users and also primarily towards OnePlus users, but it will work with other Android devices as well. Now, you do have an app which is dedicated to this, which allows you to control all the functionality of the watch, and that app presently is not available on iOS. That might change in the future, but for now it works well with Android, and we'll talk about all of that. Now, the display is a 2.5D curved display with a 1.43-inch AMOLED screen. Now, this is a 466 by 466 pixel resolution screen with a 60 Hz of refresh rate. This also does have 1000 nits of brightness so that you will be able to see it outdoors without any issues. The watch itself is fairly well made. Like I mentioned, it has a stainless steel body, but it also has a 5 atmosphere sort of water resistance rating, and it's also IP68. So not only can you swim with this watch, but it'll also be safe from rain and those kind of things. Now, on the inside is where all the dual stuff starts. So we've got dual chipsets. We've got the Snapdragon W5, which is the primary chipset, which will run the Android Wear OS on this, which allows you to do all your basic functions and also has the ability to download apps from the Play Store. You also have another chipset, which is the BES 2700, and that is running RTOS. That is designed for keeping the watch in a low power or an efficiency mode. And because of these 2 chips, you will get an extended battery life. Now, they have a low power mode which allows for up to 12 days of battery life, but it'll primarily be focused on the RTOS aspect of things. If you are doing heavy usage and you're using Wear OS more extensively, then you will get about 2 days of battery life. But they also have a smart mode which automatically switches between the main chip and the secondary chip, and that will give you about 100 hours of battery life. Now, the operating system or Wear OS on this is extremely fast and responsive, and going through the menus and applications feels really smooth. It is as good as touching a smartphone screen, so you'll not see that lag that you do on some cheaper smartwatches. What's also great is that it does support calling, so you can make phone calls with this watch, but bear in mind it does not have a SIM capability, so you will not be able to use this as a standalone device. It connects over Bluetooth and also has Wi-Fi inbuilt, so that will allow you to download stuff onto the watch quicker as long as you're connected to the Wi-Fi. But if you're out and about, it will use Bluetooth and your phone's data to download things onto this. This device does not have an eSIM, so you will not be able to use this as a standalone device, but you can call through your phone's calling capability, and that functionality also actually works with iOS at the moment. So on iOS, you will see this as more of a hands-free device rather than a tracking device, and you'll be able to make calls and receive calls on this. So apart from calling, you also have text messaging, and you can receive text and reply to text directly from the watch, and you do get a swipe keyboard to do that. You can also receive and reply to WhatsApp messages, and if you download the WhatsApp app, you'll be able to not only view your chat history, but also reply to messages directly from there. What's also great is that while it does not support calling from WhatsApp right now, it might do that in the future, and that's a functionality that WhatsApp will have to enable, and it's got nothing to do with the watch more or less. Now, coming back to the usability, now this watch as a smartwatch, if you're going to be using it for tracking, also has dual GPS chips. So it has an L1 chip and an L5 chip, and if you're going out and about, it'll track your location quite accurately. If you're also into fitness, it has about 100 plus sport modes, and you'll be able to choose any kind of exercise from there, whether it's running, swimming, or simply any kind of sport. It'll track your activity in that. Apart from that, you also have a heart rate monitor, you have sleep tracking, you also have an SpO2 monitor, and you also have stress tracking in this watch built in, so you'll be able to monitor all of those things, and they are easily available to preview in the O Health app, and you can also create records if you want to look at them later on. The OnePlus Watch 2 has 32GB of inbuilt storage and 2GB of RAM, and it is the only variant that's going to be available. 32 gigs is more than enough for a smartwatch, but those are all the functionality and features of the OnePlus Watch 2. Overall, it's really well built, has good levels of water resistance as well as IP rating. It has a really fast and responsive screen along with a bright display, and it has dual chips to not only balance out for better battery life but also better performance if you're going to be using Wear OS. And a lot more functionality can be added to this, and we're hoping that it does become more compatible with iOS devices, and it also works for things like calling through WhatsApp. Although an eSIM option would have been fantastic, that is not available in this watch right now, and that just is what is sort of keeping this behind from being a good alternative to some of the other expensive smartwatches. So what are your thoughts on the OnePlus Watch 2? Let us know in the comment section below, and if you have any questions or queries, drop them in the comments below. If you like the video, smash like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.